Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Traders Brawl podcast. I'm Adel, the host, and today I have a special guest with me, Daniel Strele, who has come to visit Dubai, post Token 2049 Singapore, and we're reuniting for this podcast right here, which we're about to get into. If you're new to the show, welcome, and if you've already been here with us, thank you for staying with us. We are a social media marketing agency. We are here to invite and introduce new guests every week about their entrepreneurial journey. Daniel here has a strong foundation in financial management and investment strategies. He previously worked in a family office, gaining valuable experience in asset allocation and wealth preservation. Growing up in Switzerland, you grew a deep appreciation for finance and innovation, and you are a firm believer in cryptocurrency. You are very excited to explore the potential of your new venture, Renegade, which we're about to talk about, and you aim to revolutionize the financial landscape by bridging traditional finance and emerging digital assets. Welcome, Daniel.
Hi, pleasure to be
How are
here.
you doing today?
I'm good, I'm really good, yeah.
It was nice to see you at Token 2049.
Right.
And
It was really nice.
What was your aim of going there and also coming to Dubai?
Right. So, when I go to conferences, I don't really go with a certain agenda. I just go with the flow, whatever happens.
Right.
I always meet the right people, and yeah.
Fantastic.
And that just naturally happens.
Makes sense, going with the flow.
Yeah.
I just want to introduce as well, to say to the audience that we initially met at last year at 1inch party, which was really cool. They host one of the best parties, but you were looking, I loved your vibe and energy. And now fast forward today, you're on the show.
Yeah,
Love
that's so
that.
great.
This is episode 49, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great
So let's talk a little bit about, before we get into Renegade and
Yeah.
what you're building, I want to talk a little bit about your journey, about how you got into this space, how you got into finance, wealth planning and all this. Where did you start? Where did you begin?
Well, I have to go back for a very long time. Actually, when I was a kid, I loved the movie Wall Street. I was fascinated by it. And back then, I wanted to work on the stock market. But I was like 9 or 10 back then, which is really weird, right? I mean, all my other colleagues, in school, they wanted to be like, I don't know, firefighter, policeman, astronaut maybe. And I was like, I'm gonna work at Wall Street. And that's actually when, my passion for finances started.
Right.
And and then at some point I went to university working in finance, and then I was working in our family office, and about 3 years ago I started Renegade.
Wow, really cool. And Renegade, for the audience to explain so that they understand, what is Renegade in your own words?
Right. Maybe let me go back a little bit further before Renegade. When I got into the crypto space, it was 8 years, 9 years ago, and it was so hard back then, to get into crypto. And that's quite soon I had the idea that, it has to be easier. And that's actually what Renegade is doing. It's a one-stop shop, you could say, for all your financial needs. We're gonna provide you with an array of traditional banking features, just what you need for your daily life, but fully connected to cryptos. And we're gonna implement crypto features as well. You're gonna have everything in one app, and you can store all your assets in one app. You can spend them, you can get loans, you can invest. And that's the idea of Renegade.
Really cool. So just so I get an understanding, are you going to be like a competitor of Revolut, Monzo, Starling? Because Revolut's doing some of this stuff already.
They are. Yes, it's definitely one of our competitors. In terms of traditional finance. We see ourselves as a Web3 infrastructure provider, whereas I would consider Revolut as just a neobank that happens at some point to integrate cryptos, and we have a bigger Web3 focus.
Very good.
That's in our in the app that the core feature is a Web3 wallet, and to this wallet we link a lot of satellites, a lot of features like an IBAN account that is connected to this Web3 wallet, whereas to go back to Revolut, they would say our main feature is the traditional finance, the IBAN account, and one of the features is okay, we have cryptos as well.
Got it. Okay, that's really good. Revolut, do you use Revolut by any chance?
I don't.
So one of the things about Revolut is, you can buy crypto, you can do things, but one of the other features I like, depending on your package that you pay monthly, is that it allows you to use it at lounges, gives you access to lounges and stuff like this. Maybe some inspiration that you could take. That it's a one-stop shop. It's yes, there's Web 2 elements, but they're also integrating Web 3. But very much in our daily lives, when you're traveling is a Web 2 thing. You're going to a lounge, getting access. That's a Web 2 thing as well. They don't accept crypto in the lounges yet.
I know.
But at least they give you a pass that says, "Oh, I'm a member. I pay this amount, and cool. I'm a member. I'm in the members club." That's one cool thing. But Renegade, I'm really excited about, because one thing that I use similar is Nexo. Have you heard of Nexo?
Yeah, of course.
Do you use Nexo by any chance?
I don't.
Okay, I use Nexo a little bit, but I don't have the card. For some reason, I've been ordering it. It hasn't come to me yet.
Oh, I see.
So maybe you'll beat them to it. You'll beat them before they do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, also regarding the launches, we're gonna offer that as well.
Very good.
It will be live in about 2 months from now. Yeah.
Very nice.
So it depends also on whatever subscription.
Of course, if I had the choice between a Web 2 app and a Web 3 app, I'm choosing Web 3 all the way.
Yeah.
And I would flaunt it. I would post it on social media.
Yeah.
So that would already get my attention. I think you would get a lot of the Web 3 people as well. One of the questions I had actually is the fiat to traditional finance. You're bridging the gap between traditional finance and crypto, which is modern finance, and you're helping people convert their fiat into crypto. Are you also gonna be the one to allow employees to get paid in crypto fully? Is that one of the services you provide?
Yeah, of course it would work if the jurisdiction where you are hired would allow it as well, that you are being paid in cryptos. What we also want to do, we want to address especially a Web 2 audience. We are not focusing on Web 3 people, and they're in the crypto space already. So our mission is to bring people in the crypto space who are not in cryptos yet, and that's why our app is so easy to use. You don't need to know a lot about cryptos to use it in your daily life. It's you download the app, you get your banking account, you get money in that account, and that's the start of your Web 3 journey. And we're gonna, take you by your hand from there and help you and guide you through everything. And it's really easy to use. It's just one click and you have, Bitcoin.
It's really good. I wondered if, I don't think I've seen this in the market yet, but I wondered if there could be, are you creating a decentralized non-KYC approach, or is it KYC?
It depends what you are using in our app. The main features are KYC'd. If you want to have an IBAN account, it's KYC'd. If you want to have a card, it's KYC'd. We have a non-custodial wallet in the app. This is, as I said, the core feature. That is not KYC'd. You don't need to be KYC'd to use the non-custodial wallet. But the moment you want to link traditional, something from the web space, where you're gonna on and off ramp, where it's gonna touch fiat, then you need to be KYC.
And I want to ask you, why is that? Why is the KYC so important?
Well,
let's get into it.
Of course. No, it's important. You need to know your customers. You need to know who's behind the account, just to prevent money laundering, terrorism financing. That's the main reason. You just need to know which individual is behind this account, who is spending money through the cards. That's just the legal framework we live in, and we have to comply to that laws.
Makes sense. The source of funds, it sort of adds to your credibility, your credit score.
Yeah.
Because in order to have a credit score, you need to be identified.
Yeah.
Then they can give you a score. And score is very important for obtaining loans and things like that. I asked this question because I want the audience to also learn and understand why KYC. What is KYC? It's something you have to sort of just work with because the Web3 community are against it. They tend to be against it because they're like, well, I joined the Web3 revolution. I joined Bitcoin because it's decentralized. There's nobody owning or nobody can suspend my account.
Right.
But as soon as you're KYC'd, they can suspend your account.
Yeah.
You know, and the same goes with, especially in line with CBDCs, central bank digital currency.
Of course.
They can delete your money.
Yeah.
They can set expiry dates on your money through smart contracts. So this is the reason for why there's this divide.
Right.
KYC, non-KYC, decentralized, centralized.
I do get it, but I think people are lying to themselves if they really believe that they can avoid KYC. Because look, let's face it, what are you gonna do with cryptos if you cannot spend them? Okay, you have to find someone. Maybe you're lucky and you were gonna find someone who's gonna accept cryptos as well. And this might be the case in Dubai and in some other countries. And maybe you can even go and buy an expensive car here. But this is the exception. And we still live in a world that runs on fiat, you know, that runs on traditional finance. So it's not gonna go away today or tomorrow. We have to live with it. And the moment you want to use your cryptos, you want to spend it, you want to buy something, that's the point where you're gonna get back in touch with KYC, with, you know, where they're gonna identify you. I do understand and I like this, you know, cypherpunk idea and be your own bank and peer-to-peer payments and you're completely anonymous, which is also not true obviously with blockchain because you're not anonymous, you're pseudonymous. Like, I mean, you can always pinpoint the wallet, you can, you know, it's actually the best thing for law enforcement that can happen because you can trace back everything.
All the transactions.
Yeah, all the transactions. And the moment, I mean, whoever has seen Chainalysis knows how crazy good they are in tracking back. The only thing that's really super anonymous is Monero.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was about to say, there's private blockchains and there's public blockchains.
Right.
That's right.
So, you know, I mean, I do get it, but it's just not gonna, it's not gonna work. Governments are not gonna allow it. Maybe for good reasons, maybe not. You don't know. I mean, I'm not a big fan that everybody or like a government start to know on what I spend money, but I don't like it. You never know what they're gonna do with this information. What if I go to McDonald's and they're gonna be like, oh, you know, raise tax.
You went to McDonald's?
I just went to McDonald's before. No, but you know what I mean. Like they're gonna say, oh, you're having an unhealthy lifestyle, and you have to pay more to the insurance or whatever.
Insurance,
but if you go to the gym, then you're gonna pay less, which obviously could be nice. I don't know. Sometimes I kind of, I'm a little bit, because I have the feeling I have a quite healthy lifestyle, so I could benefit from it. But still, I don't want it. You know, this is private data, and obviously, if you change back to central bank digital currencies, you never know what they're gonna do, and you have to have massive trust in the government that they're not gonna misuse it, that they're not gonna just gonna delete your money because you don't do what they want.
Correct.
And because you're not obeying them. I think this is a slippery slope.
Yeah, well said. No, very well said. I think you know what you said there about you connecting the dots between going where your food choices, your choices of living your life, to your spending habits, to adding restrictions on where you spend your money, insurance, things like this. That's a very, very good point. It could happen because as we see, the trend is going towards more surveillance, more tracking, more tracing, more austerity.
Yeah.
You see, so it's within you're not wrong to say this, and you're not thinking extreme. This is actually like they could do this.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
It is very scary.
It is.
And I mean, you just have to look to China, and this is going, like they are living in this world already, where it might be that if you do not comply, you're not going to be allowed to travel, or you're not going to be allowed to even leave your city, and that's quite dangerous. And I don't want to live in a world like that. I don't want to live in a world where they control, where they check what websites I open and what I post, or what I spend my money. So I don't like that. But you have to find something in the middle, which is some rules are there for a reason. As I said before, counter-terrorism financing. That's where you have to need to be KYC. There needs to be a compliance framework. It has to be checked. There have to be rules and laws. Or if it's about money laundering, I do get it. And to a certain extent, it's fine. But there's a red line that should never be crossed. And if governments start issuing central bank digital currencies, we are about to cross that line eventually. And year by year, it's just like one step further and one step further. And look what happened through COVID. Especially, I've been in Europe in that time, and it was quite also scary to see how obedient people are at the end of the day. Just because the government tells you you're confined to your apartment, and that's it. And people actually did. They just stayed at home, and now we're kind of finding out maybe this was all wrong. And now there's people saying it was all one big experiment, which I do not believe. But at the end, it was. It was not on purpose, but looking back, it was something like a big social experiment. And
you mean COVID-19?
Right. Yes.
Crazy.
And it was crazy to see what could happen, how powerful governments are, and how in a massive way they can restrict your personal life.
Did you catch COVID? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Did you catch COVID?
I think I did. Once. To be honest, look, I was vaccinated because I wanted to travel. And that was the only reason why. I never tested myself. When I had to test myself twice or 3 times when I was traveling to United States, and they wanted to have a test before. But other than that, I never really tested myself because I didn't care. And I never felt bad. I think I had it once or twice maybe, because I had a slight headache and it was a little bit feverish. It could have been anything else also, but I was more or less just ignoring it, and it kind of faded out, right? At some point, just everybody started ignoring it.
Yeah.
I don't even know now if this is still a thing. I don't know. Are people still get vaccinated? I don't think so. But but that was interesting to see.
Really interesting. Is it your opinion that COVID-19 was like an inside job?
No. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I think it was just an accident.
Oh, an accident. Okay.
Yeah, I think that I could imagine. I don't think it's an inside job. I don't think someone would release something uncontrollable like COVID. And there were all these mutations, and you didn't really know where this is going, and maybe we have been lucky. Maybe it was just not that bad. I don't know. I'm not a very educated in that sector. So but I don't know. It was scary times though. Just to see what governments are willing to do also.
Crazy. I think one of the theories that came with that was that we needed a way to population control China.
Yeah.
Population, get rid of the people who are non-productive, who are not adding to the economy.
Right.
And the ones who survive COVID, they deserve to live and stay,
right.
because they're obviously healthy,
right.
and they're value adding to the economy.
Yeah.
So get rid of all these inefficient people. You only want efficient people. Arguments for and against. Arguments say that it was an inside. Some arguments say it was an inside job. Others say it came from a bat or a pig from one of the. But it's just really hard to know.
Yeah,
it's really tough.
It is, right? But it just shows that if they're gonna issue central bank digital currencies, it comes with huge responsibility.
100%.
And I personally, I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna trust. Again, I'm from Europe. I don't trust the European Central Bank that much that I would give up control over my money. I think it's in Sweden. They're discussing actually about putting the right of having cash into the constitution, which I like, because the exact opposite could happen, that people get so scared that they just go back to a cash society. It's not what I want, because I hate cash, and it's just not nice, to handle it. I just love to tap pay. I have everything in my
easier, more efficient.
So easy. I see everything in my account. I see what I spent my money on. But still, obviously, cash gives you a huge level of privacy.
Just, I actually value cash for a rainy day. Cash in the safe box, cash in the wherever you keep your cash. Looking at it just gives me reassurance that okay, I have some money in place that it's separate from my bank. Separate. If my bank were to be suspended, I have this. I don't want to go into a completely cashless society. I would like to keep cash ongoing and continuing. I know that has implications on maybe evading taxes because it's not traceable.
Right.
I understand. But I still, we have to find that balance between privacy, total privacy, and no privacy whatsoever.
Right.
Total
of course.
Surveillance.
You know what I think, and that actually brings me a little bit back to Renegade. You have cryptocurrencies can work as a legal, not a legal tender, but as a tender of payment. If the acceptance is high enough. If you can go to a supermarket and they just, naturally accept cryptocurrencies. And that's why I think we have to bring as many people from the Web3 space in the Web3 space.
Yes.
We have to bring them into cryptos, and they have to lose this fear, and it has to be easy to handle. And the moment you reach a certain threshold, you just build a payment network for merchants. They're gonna accept cryptos, and then it can work, and then it will work, and then you can pay, and you can pay maybe in stable coins, and you can have some privacy back,
right?
And not controlled by a government. And then I think we need that, and that's this is my personal vision as well, that at some point we have we reach this threshold, we reach this critical mass of crypto adopters, crypto users. They have it in their daily lives, and that people are going to pay with it. But that's why we have Renegade. That's why we're coding Renegade. It's a very, very easy to use app. It brings you very easily to the crypto space. You don't need to know nothing. We don't even give you USD phrases, although it's a non-custodial wallet. We're working together with Web3 Auth. It works in a way that you have a second factor of authentication that you're going to choose yourself. It can be a social login, it can be your Gmail login, it can be an SMS, whatever, you choose it, right? And you need that second factor to access your wallet. So we don't have access to the wallet, that's why it's a non-custodial wallet. We do not hold custody over it. It is just super user-friendly, and quite soon, maybe even this year, we're gonna replace it with just a facial scan. So when you scan your face, that will give you access to your wallet. And when you sign a transaction, you just scan your face. We're all, we do it 100 times every day. So we're used to that, and everybody's used to that.
Yes.
And I look in our community, the problem in the Web3 space is that a lot of projects are financing themselves by the Web3 community. There's having a token sale, and so naturally they're trying to cater to the needs of the Web3 people, and they want to make them happy. And this is like it's a vicious cycle because it keeps, one project after another is doing something for the Web3 space. But that's not the solution. We have been facing a problem in our community when we said, oh, we're not going to give you your seed phrase. You can export your private key if you want, and you can, add it to somewhere, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, wherever, if you really want. And they were upset. And I was like, look, I do get it. You are familiar with it. But maybe my mom isn't, and maybe she's interested in cryptos. I was doing a wallet with her, and obviously, who lost the seed phrases? She lost it. And there's millions and millions of people out there. The same thing will happen. They will lose their seed phrases. A lot of people, they don't even want that kind of responsibility. They don't want to have seed phrases. They want to have the possibility to go somewhere and say, hey, I lost access to my wallet. Can you help me?
Yeah.
Or at least it's just your face, right? You have your face, nothing can happen. And you scan it and that's it. And at some point, you just have to say, okay, good, you're not my client. You're not our customer. If you want to have your seed phrases, then you have to go somewhere else. And which was a quite tough decision because I knew this is gonna upset our community. But I explained and I said, look guys, we are building an app for the mass market. And the mass market, they don't care about these seed phrases. They don't even want to have it. So please accept it. And if you really want to have it, if you want to have a non-custodial wallet with seed phrases, then you have to go somewhere else.
So at the moment, I wanted to ask more about the security of the money, of the funds. You don't handle any of the security of the funds. Like if I change my cash from cash to crypto,
Right.
You don't manage that. You don't keep a safe box or a safe wallet or anything for me.
No, we don't do that. We have a partner.
You have a partner?
Yeah. We have a partner who does that for us. They're called Striga.
Okay. So they manage all the. So they handle client money. That's
Yeah,
correct?
that's
They
correct.
handle. So all
Yeah.
responsibility is on them if anything goes wrong.
If anything goes wrong, that's their responsibility.
Okay.
They're also issuing the IBAN accounts for us,
Okay.
and they're issuing the cards for us. We've got a Visa approval for crypto and fiat, so that's why we actually can do it with them.
Very good.
Which was a pretty good thing, a pretty big milestone for us, especially because it is for fiat and crypto. That's the moment you have cryptos in your payment flow, it gets complicated, more complicated by the factor X100. I don't know. It just gets crazy because everybody's afraid that, oh my God, cryptos, this
Exactly. Volatility.
is and volatility, but also for compliance reasons. Everybody's scared that they will have incriminated funds in their wallets because it's coming from some darknet, a business or whatever. And as I said before, there's chain analysis, which is super good. They're really good in it's called know your transaction. You just do a transaction screening, and they're really good, and it will just flag transactions that you shouldn't accept. So these days it's easier to handle cryptos, easier than maybe 3-4 years ago. And so that's why a lot of institutional customers start to have it in their business cases as well.
Talking about the Visa card that you're rolling out.
Yeah.
Does it work in the way that I can spend my crypto on any merchant that accepts it? So without having to convert it, I can just spend it like that direct. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so if I have like Bitcoin, but I didn't convert it to cash, it's just
No.
Bitcoin, I can spend it.
Yes, you can define in the app if you pay. We handle euros as any other wallet. Like you have your euro wallet, you have your Bitcoin wallet, Ether wallet,
great.
whatever. So in the app you say, okay, if I pay, I want that you take it from the Bitcoin wallet.
Okay.
And you can have, but you can define a fallback wallet that, just in case you don't have enough Bitcoin, it will maybe take it from your Euro wallet or from your Ether wallet, USDT or whatever. And then you just go pay and we're gonna, do the rest for you. So you can literally spend your crypto.
That's amazing.
That's actually an offering almost nobody has. Normally the way is that you top up the card and then the moment you top it up, it's converted. It's not like that with us.
Right.
Literally when you pay, it's gonna be converted.
Great. And you charge a transaction fee every
Right.
time it is spent.
Yeah, of course.
How much is that?
It's 1.1%.
1.1%. And how does that compare to the standard rates of Visa, MasterCard, others?
It's pretty good actually.
Pretty good?
Yeah. Especially you have to compare it more to exchanges when you offer them to your account. That's where we have, make the comparison. What they do mainly, they bake their fees into the spread.
Yes.
Which I personally don't like it because I feel it's dishonest.
Yeah. It's hidden.
It's hidden, and they show me the fee, and I personally use Coinbase, and I hate it every time because it's very obvious when you offer them stables, because you see, and they say, we're gonna charge you this and that, and just this morning, I don't know, I was like off-ramping 1,000 euros, and at the end, I think I got 900. I had 1,000 euros in stables, and at the end, I got 960 or something to my account. And I was like, but when I did the exchanging, it displayed something different, and then there were like 25 euros missing or something.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, it's not the same.
No,
it's
not the same.
inconsistent, and they should be honest. Like, if you do this, if you hit that button, this is what we'll take.
I know, but it's
you
not
accept
like
or you sign it's like signing the terms of your agreement.
I know.
They don't do that.
It's not like that.
And Coinbase is meant to be one of the number one exchanges in the world.
Yeah. And I don't like it, but I still I still use it because
you don't have a choice. It's convenience.
It's convenient. I built my account. I can offer also bigger amounts without them asking for proof of funds.
Yeah.
So also that's a part of it. But it just feels not honest. And that's why we do it in a different way, which is going to be very straightforward. That's what you pay. And so we're very competitive also with the price.
Great. I want to treat this like sort of like an AMA, Ask Me Anything, because I want the audience to also know. So my next logical question is, what cryptos do you accept in the card that I can top up with?
Right. It is Bitcoin, it's Ether, it's a USDT, it's a USTC, it's Polygon.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
Matic? It used to be.
Yeah, it used to be, man. Polygon and BNB.
Any Tron? Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you using Tron because Tron? I use USDT Tron network because it's.
What's that?
No, USDT. Remember when I because USDT with the Ethereum network tends to be higher. In terms of the blocks to complete.
Yeah.
So the charge tends to be higher. The transaction, the gas fee.
Yeah.
Whereas with Tron, the gas fee is much lower.
Oh, that's the only reason. I know, but the thing is that Tron isn't really widely supported.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And that's the problem. That's the thing why I'm not using it.
Makes sense.
Because I really have trouble. The moment I have Tron, I'm like, fuck, what should I do?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have this case that we end up having Tron, and I'm like, and there's one place I know where I can swap it to something different. But it's always a little bit of a struggle. Yeah.
Good. I want to know how did you get all this the list that you just mentioned, the list of cryptos? How did you get them to approve, or is there an approval process that you have to apply for? How did you get that partnership?
Are you speaking about Striga?
No. How did you get USDC, USDT, all these cryptos? I'm assuming, because I'm not in the space, but I'm assuming you had to reach out to them and say, hey, can we have you listed with us as one of our accepted cryptos?
I see. No, that's actually our partner did it already. So it came as a package with them, and so they did it. And for the non-custodial wallet, you just implement it, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Okay. How did you? So my next question: how did you approach? Is it Striga?
Striga, yeah.
How did you approach them? How did you get in touch?
To be honest, I do not remember. I think I met them at a conference.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. It was. Yeah. It was there. They have been part of Y Combinator.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
They're really, really good. We're very happy to have them as a partner.
Very nice.
They're amazing. That's the offering we have in Europe. We also have a card that is available worldwide. Pretty cool thing actually, it's directly connected to your non-custodial wallet. The flow is a little bit different. That's a card that you have to top up.
Yes.
It's not when you pay, because the reason is it is connected to your non-custodial wallet, to any non-custodial wallet you want, obviously. So we do not have access to that wallet. So we cannot exchange live. This would mean that you have to go in the app, sign
This
the
is your
transaction.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Fully your responsibility to top up, and if anything goes wrong, it's on you.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You have to top it up before, and then you just have to make sure that when you use it, your card balance is high enough.
Of course.
But the nice thing is that we can ship that card globally.
Very good. And what sort of cards do you have? Do you have separate tiers? How does it work?
So we have separate tiers, yeah. And the better the tier is, the lower the fees get, and you get airport lounge access.
Oh, good. Very good. And is that also that partner, the airport lounge? Is that through Striga as well?
No. That's through Priority Pass.
Ah, okay. Priority Pass. Yeah, I have Priority Pass through my Amex.
Oh,
I use
see.
American Express.
Yes.
So I get Priority Pass, and certain places, Gold Card.
Yeah.
I think you get certain benefits.
Yeah, of course.
Depending on the list. So this is good. Like you're doing something similar to that.
Yeah.
I'll add it to my cards when I travel.
Yeah.
So quick. The main question everyone should ask is, when will people be able to order the cards?
They can order it already.
Already?
Yeah, they're live since. Look, we have started in October.
Okay.
So it's 11 months roughly. We have processed in that period of time 25 million in current in transactions. We have a very small user base yet. It's we would say we're in an open beta. This is mainly our own community. So this is 2,000 daily unique users we have onboarded, plus minus. They're very actively using the app. We have another 4,000 users on the waiting list, waiting to be onboarded.
Wow.
We haven't even started marketing yet. We're part of the Cointelegraph Accelerator program.
Okay.
They're going to massively support us with marketing. We're very happy about that. That was a big milestone. Also, we met them at the conferences.
Yes.
We have been very consistent, like just going to them every time. It's like, hey, can we sit down and talk? And it's we're in the second cohort. They're actually the second time they're doing it. Over 1,000 projects applied, and they chose 12. They chose 12. I've been one of them. I'm very happy about that.
Very good.
That was really cool. And now the app is, we kept developing the app, and now we're at the stage where we have the big revenue streams ready. And that's why when we're now gonna start marketing, when we actually can monetize now on the app, and then we're starting now with other marketing.
Really nice, really nice. This is really interesting with the whole card system that you can order it already and start topping it up. I mean,
yeah, of course.
And start spending. The good thing is that you don't need to worry about if the merchant accepts crypto, because you'll be paid whatever you top it up, as long as you preference.
Of course, yes.
Based on your preference.
Yeah. And there we can actually, for that card, you can use a lot of cryptocurrencies. That's more than the only European solution. And it's a really good solution we have.
And regarding the tier system, is it going to be similar to Revolut, where you pay monthly subscription? How does it work?
It's a monthly subscription.
Okay.
It starts at $9.90 and it goes up to $29.99.
$29.99.
So that's our premium.
With the Priority Pass.
Right.
And lounge experience and stuff.
Yeah. The thing is that you can build how it works. You will build your own tier. You can just say, okay, I want to add a lounge or not. And then it's just going to cost a little bit more every month.
Oh, I see.
Not everybody wants to have lounge access, so why should he pay for it? So you literally can build your own tier. You can add whatever you want. You will get rewards in our own token when you use the card, and this is up to 8% a month.
A yield, you say?
Yeah, like whenever you pay, you will get a reward
cashback.
back. Yeah. Well, legally, we're not allowed to call it cash back.
You can't call it cash back.
It's not. We're not giving cash back. We're gonna give our own token back.
Token, okay.
Yeah, so you will get our own token.
So have you launched the token already?
Not yet.
Okay.
We just finalized everything now. We're gonna launch it in beginning of November.
Oh, this is very interesting. You're launching a token.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the token going to be called?
Renegade.
Renegade token.
Yeah.
What's the ticker?
RNG.
RNG.
Yeah.
Where are you planning to list it?
We've signed with Bitmart and MEXC.
Okay.
So that's where we're gonna list. We might have a DEX listing as well.
DEX listing as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like any particular DEXs?
Not yet. Uniswap very likely.
Walk me through the process of how you get listed. How did you approach them? What are their expectations? What are the requirements to get listed? 'Cause I don't think people know the behind the scenes.
No. The main thing it depends, right? To which exchange you're talking. The bigger they get, and they're in tiers. And if it's a tier 1 exchange, that would be Binance, obviously, KuCoin, Kraken, and that
Coinbase.
Coinbase. They will heavily look on your community. The logic behind it is that, let's say you have 40,000 users in your community and they're potential token holders, and you're gonna list with a tier 1 exchange. They know this will generate them eventually. Okay, not everybody will sign up. Some of them have an account already, but they will have a lot of signups, and this will be a big trading volume. Whereas if you have a smaller community, it will result in a smaller trading volume and less profit for the exchange.
Of course.
So this is the big metric. How big is your community? If you want to list with a big exchange, they will expect to have a big community. And also there's a listing fee, obviously. The bigger the exchanges are, the more expensive
What's
it gets.
like the average listing fee? 100K?
It's way more.
Way more?
Well, it depends, right? I mean, if you want to have a listing at a big exchange, that goes in the hundreds of thousands.
Of course.
I heard, this is just what I heard, that KuCoin might charge you $500,000. That's what somebody told me at Token
I'm curious. Do you get that money back? Do you get that $500,000 back ROI in terms of you list with us, we give you community, we give you access. Do you think you get that back?
Apparently.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true, but I was told that they have a certain buying power, and if you pay 400, but maybe they have users, right? And they obviously, if there's a new token listed, they're going to promote it. So you end up having people buying your token. It's beneficial for your token price, and you will be also able, because you have token yourself as a project, you will be able to sell to the exchange users tokens. So I was told that that you can get back the listing fee and even more, if it's a good exchange. I don't know if it's true. We haven't, I haven't been through this process yet. This is just what I heard.
No.
But a few people told me that already. So
yes.
It might be true.
I have my skepticism around this because I've been around the bull run, the bear markets, and what tends to happen in the run up to an ICO.
Yeah.
Big blown full marketing campaigns.
Yeah.
So I see it on my feed. I'm scrolling. Next day I'm seeing it on my feed. I'm scrolling. Big massive campaigns. Like hats off to these people who do it, the exchanges. But as soon as they launch and finish launching, that's it. Almost. Okay, they're launched. They had their party. They had their celebration. And then I almost don't even hear from them after 6 months.
Of course.
I'm like, oh my God, you're still here. I forgot you're listed. I'm like, it's done now.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they hype it up, and then afterwards it's just okay, back to I don't know what's next.
No, of course. Yeah.
So I have my skepticism around that. What do you think?
True. That's one of the downsides of the crypto space. Sometimes it seems like a big casino. And it's so sad because the technology is so much more than just, literally gambling.
And degen parties.
Yeah, which is the next meme coin that's gonna explode.
Exactly.
I do get it a little bit, it's just like the promise of getting rich easy, overnight. You're gonna be an overnight millionaire.
Yeah.
Because it happened before, and everybody's like, oh my God, I want that as well. I want to have this luxury life as well. And wow, it gives you this. It's a little bit delusional maybe, but people are under the impression it could happen to them.
It could happen to me.
It could, yeah. I mean, it could.
It could, right?
But you could as well go and play lottery, you know, in the lottery, because it could happen that you're gonna, you know, that you're gonna hit the jackpot. And that's the sad thing about it. And what also I do not like, that a lot of projects, what you just said, they just put massive, you know, money in marketing. They're gonna blow it up. They're gonna blow up their token sale, and at some point, they realize, fuck, we have to, you know, deliver a product.
Yes.
And they run out of money.
Wow.
And when we did it, and you know, when I started Renegade, I knew that's not the way I want to go down. We want to have a product live. We want to have everything live before we start marketing. We haven't really started marketing yet. A little bit, you know, but nothing big. And now our product is ready, and now you know, we can market it, and I feel proud of it, and nothing can happen. That's the good thing. I was told many times, like, oh, that's wrong, you shouldn't do it, you have to put in more into marketing, and maybe it's right, maybe not, I don't know. I'm happy we did it that way, and I'm very confident now, and I know it's not gonna be like, fuck, like, yeah, we have to deliver a product. The product is there, but now we have to market it.
Yeah, very good. Going into now marketing, what are your techniques, specific ways that you plan to market this? So you planning, because it's a very retail product.
Yeah.
You can maximize and take advantage of retailers using it, such as KOLs, influencers, etc. What's your go-to-market strategy?
It depends which audience we want to address. And if it's gonna be a Web3 audience, it's more like Web3 KOLs, Cointelegraph. We can do a lot of marketing through Cointelegraph. That's the strategy we would use. If we would address Web3 users, potential users, we would maybe more go for Instagram, you know, Instagram ads, and make it more appealing to them, and explain how it works. And that's actually our main focus, is to bring people in the crypto space. Right. Especially now, look, I mean, I'm pretty sure the bull run is coming up. We might see Bitcoin, maybe, I hope, it's gonna hit 100K this year.
Yeah, let's pray.
Let's pray. No, but I mean, and then it will be in the news everywhere. Everybody will start talking about Bitcoin. I don't know, like, a lot of people will call me again, like, oh, then should I buy Bitcoin now? No, I told you like half a year ago maybe to buy it, like even a year, and you said no, it's gonna die, you know. But that's the unfortunate thing. People, they always want to get into the crypto space when everybody's talking about it. That's where it's gonna be at an all-time high. Like, you have to get into the crypto space when the big news is like, oh my god, like the bubble burst, you know, like Bitcoin is dying. That's when you should buy it. But anyhow, I think a lot of people will get into the crypto space with the next wave. And now we're ready to onboard people. We're ready to get them into the crypto space in a very, very easy, streamlined way. That's where the app comes in play.
I was going to ask a hypothetical question. If Cointelegraph and some of these marketing agencies you work with didn't exist, what would be your go-to market strategy? Would it be all organic? Would it be? I mean, organic can also mean ads. Like, you're spending from your own pocket on ads. Course. But if, let's say, Cointelegraph did not exist, because I know you're a big fan, but let's say that they didn't. How would you go about it?
Yeah, organic. But also with organic.
I guess ads, because
that's how it works.
That's how bootstrap startups do. If they can't afford Telegraph, Telegraph, they bootstrap. They just said, okay, we'll split this. Well, me, you, we'll just put money and put ads.
Yeah, of course.
Because what else can we do?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's still a very Web 2 thing.
Yeah.
You know, ad spending is still a very Web 2 service.
Yeah.
And we don't have a Web 3 service yet. I mean, Telegram is still Web 2.
Yeah,
Telegram.
That's true.
Yeah. Signal, still Web 2. It's still
Web 2.
It's not like a Web 3 blockchain based.
No, Telegram is pretty Web 3ish.
I say Web 3, but you see, it's still on a centralized server.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
That's what I mean.
I mean, of course. Yeah.
But of course, many Telegram Web 3 communities are on there. I have my Telegram there, my community. But I'm just saying, as a marketer,
Yeah.
I'm still using Web 2 based platforms.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Web 3 fully, it doesn't have to be decentralized, but at least a Web 3 blockchain based messaging system.
You know what? A Token 24, I forgot the name. I have it in my Telegram. They are from Spain, actually. Really cool idea. You will get an email address with them.
Ethermail. No.
Ethermail.
Ethermail.
Yes.
Right.
Ethermail,
yeah. They had a
Ethermail.
booth.
They had a booth, and they explained it to me, and that I liked a lot.
Yes.
And I want to try it out to do a marketing campaign with them.
Wow.
Because that sounded pretty convincing. Yeah.
This is getting me excited right now because I'm still using Gmail. I'm using Google.
Of course.
One of the most biggest data harvesting companies in the world.
Yeah, they know everything about
They know everything.
They know more about you than yourself.
Than I myself.
Yeah.
But Ethermail really caught my attention. I interviewed them at the last token, not this one. The one in Dubai.
You liked them.
And I was like, this is something new. You can they even talked about how you can earn on ads.
Yeah,
earn for looking, earn for checking, earn for your time, your attention, earn on your attention. We live in an attention economy.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm bullish about.
Yeah.
And they seem to be, second time I've seen them in the booth, second time. So it looks like they're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised when I learned that they're from Spain.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. Pretty cool. I think they have their head office in Barcelona. Ethermail. Yeah, I have to look into it now. Good.
Very cool.
You know what? I don't have it in my Telegram because you know what they did, and that was actually a mistake. I had to fill out a form. I asked them, "Oh, can I have your Telegram?" I was like, "No, fill out this form and that's it," which was okay, but I don't have their contact yet, and I haven't been followed up.
Okay.
But lucky you now Ethermail. Now I can memorize it.
Fill out the form, then. They should have made you not fill out any form and just scan a QR code. Wallet, a seed phrase, whatever. Keep your seed phrase. That's your seed phrase to log in anytime you want to contact them.
Yeah.
That should have been. And one more thing I will say about the industry. I've been to Token 2049. I've been to many Web3 conferences. Where is my POAP? Where is my proof of attendance?
Yeah.
Come on, this is Web3.
Right.
You know?
That's true.
You know, I don't have a POAP to show my NFT ticket pass that I came to this event. Check it out. I just have a ticket.
I know.
On my email. And I have to show that to them to scan. Can you believe?
That's very strange.
Yeah.
I think for ETH Denver they do it with an NFT. I think, if I remember correctly, but they're the only ones.
Okay.
You know what I do? Just my lanyards with the thing. I keep them and hang them.
I do that as well.
That's pretty nice. Actually.
I do that. I don't mind having a physical.
Yeah.
But come on, we're in Web3.
Right. That's the thing.
So sorry for my rant.
No, I know. But you know what? They did it actually in Korea for Sui. They had an event, and I got an NFT there.
Oh, good.
For attending it.
That's good.
I could claim it. Yeah, that was pretty
Claim
cool.
it.
It's like a collectible.
Collect it. It's collectibles. It stays there forever. It never expires.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna show my grandchildren. At this new event in Korea.
We're gonna wrap up, but I want to wrap up with one more AMA style question.
Of course.
That's easy. How did you come up with the name Renegade?
Funny, the name is quite controversial. Sometimes I hear, I don't like it, it has a negative connotation.
Yes.
But most of the time, especially if it's native speakers, they like it and they say, oh wow, great name. It can be something bad, it can be it has something to do with betrayal even. But also the idea is that you turn your back to an old system of values. Say it like that. And that's how we see our users. They're gonna be like, I'm a little bit fed up of traditional finance. I want to get control back over my assets, and I want to turn my back to traditional finance. Although we have it in the app, right? I'm not saying that we're not supporting it, but we're transitioning, I think. And transitioning from very traditional finance as we know it now to something that runs on a blockchain,
Right.
It can be centralized bank digital currencies, but it can also be Bitcoin or Monero if you want to have it super private. But that's why we came up with the name Renegade, because it is. You could say, I mean, when you know, this is a little bit, maybe a lot, but you can say, okay, you're betraying traditional finance, you're turning your back. I want to have, you know, control over my money back, and we want to empower people to go that path, and we want to help them, we want to educate them, and we want to make it as easy as possible for them to get into crypto, to get control over their finances, get control over their assets, but still, traditional finances is still the gateway.
Yes.
It's still the gateway from, you know, into crypto.
Yes.
But banks are not going to disappear. They're going to stay.
They're going to stay.
They're going to change, but they're going to stay. And it's quite exciting. I'm really excited about the next 5 years. How is everything developing? What's going to happen? What I liked about Token 2049, there were a lot of projects that finally have a real life use case for cryptos. Tokenization of assets, I think, is going to be a massive thing in the next 10 years, like massive. Because the use case is just so good. You can literally tokenize everything. It can be classic cars, it can be fine art, it can be building for investment, but it always comes sort of down to investment, right? You can you know, just tokenize a car, and maybe you cannot afford a Bugatti, but you can maybe afford a few tokens.
A piece of it.
Yeah, and it'll go up in value, and you can participate. And it is, I mean, that's pretty interesting.
Yes.
There's actually a company in Liechtenstein, they're tokenizing Rolex.
Rolex is, oh wow.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart idea. And I think there will be a lot of projects starting to tokenize things. And that was something I liked about Token 2049. It gave me a good feeling that we are going into the right direction.
Very nice. Very good. I think I wanted to ask as well, before we close, I think we wrap up, but for the audience, firstly, really good great milestones you've already achieved so far. How can the audience get in touch with you, find out more information about signing up to the wait list? What's the best place to go?
Well, if they want to get in touch with me directly, they can just text me on Telegram. But also, just download the app. They can just download the app.
It's live on Apple and
iOS.
iOS.
Yeah, on Apple,
iOS
and Android. You can download it, and then you can sign up for the card. For our Web3 card, which is available globally, there's no waiting list. You can just sign up. And if you want to have an IBAN account and if you live in Europe, there is a waiting list, but we're going to introduce our subscription model in the next few weeks, and then obviously there won't be a waiting list. You just have to, you know, sign up for one of the subscriptions.
Subscribe and done.
You subscribe and then that's it, and you will get full access to it.
Right.
So yeah.
Will there be also investment options in the app where you can invest in the markets?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Revolut is already doing.
That was Revolut already doing, and I'm going to this after event, you know, this event after now, and we're speaking to Bitpanda is actually offering it, and I want to invest also. We know classical Web3 parts where they have stocks and commodities, ETFs, and they're enabling. They could enable us to offer it in the app.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Exciting stuff. So, so many things are rolling out. The card's already fully functional.
Yeah.
But the wait list is still ongoing. Is that right?
It's still ongoing.
Subscription is coming. Token is going to be coming this year or next year?
This year.
Token launch, everything. Yes. Oh wow. Lots of exciting stuff. So, we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
I think that's a great place to leave it.
Yeah.
So Daniel, I want to thank you for your time.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for sharing your knowledge, your insights. And yes, we will leave all the links in the description to Daniel's page as well as his company. So if you want to find out more information about their website, just check it out here. It's called myrenegade.net.
Yes.
Daniel Strele, I will put everything in there. And also, where can they next meet? What conference are you going to be attending next that they can maybe meet you next?
Oh, to be honest, I don't know.
Okay. It's too hard to decide. Right? So much is happening.
I don't know if I'm gonna attend any conference this year.
Yeah.
There might be one in Las Vegas. I'm gonna
But what
go
about
in.
Future Blockchain Summit, GITEX?
This could be as well, I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So that's an option. And then there's this other option in for Las Vegas.
Okay.
That's the two ones I'm looking at the
Fantastic.
moment. Or just, everybody's welcome to visit our office in Madrid.
In Madrid.
Yes, we have our main office in Madrid. I'm
Got it.
always happy to have visitors. It actually happens from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Daniel,
Very
thank you
open.
again so much for your time. I'm going to close it off. So I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. Hope you found this insightful. We'll leave all the links in the description, so do check it out. If you're interested in ordering a card, you can already order it online. If you want to be able to pay in crypto, but in any shop that accepts fiat from your crypto, you can pay immediately. So this is really exciting stuff and revolutionizing the way we spend, our behavior and everything like that. So really, really bullish on this. Daniel, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. We'll leave all the links in the description so that everybody can access your website and your profile. But for now, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.